Love Shack, no. On the first point of Temple of Anubis here, you can get up on top of that archway and you grapple straight up there and you can get a lot done if your team is making space for you, because they'll jump onto the platform, depending on where the defending team is holding. They might be holding on that front platform. They might be holding up the back. Certainly if you've got a Soldier 76, they like to hold. You can do a little rocket jump up onto the gateway into the second point, and then you can actually rocket jump again onto that back platform. If you guys at home didn't know that, try it out. It's a good way to hold on the first point of Temple of Anubis. So they can definitely contest the Widowmaker if they're up there. You often see an Anna on the other back platform as well, so she might hold on the top left, and that allows her to just get vision on pretty much everyone on the point and start healing them. And then you've got those lots of choke points at the front where you can.
The other thing as well is that I like about Temple of Anubis is the Widowmaker versus, say, a Pharah composition. The Pharah is sometimes very useful on attack, but you see the Widowmaker on defense.
I can't remember seeing Widowmaker on defense, though we have seen the Pharah on defense a couple of times. 10-18 earlier on in the tournament, I think they actually beat Jam, one of the top 4 teams now, with Nectar using a pharmacy combo on the defense. That was very good by them. And I think we've also seen Jam as well. I think CKM has used the Pharah on defense. It can be quite good. There's just so many spots for the pharmacy combo to hide.
What's something you believe that makes the Pharah on defense, viable, or at least something that teams can see the impact from her having her on the defense?
Well, I think it's obviously you need the pharmacy combo, right? It can't just be the Pharah by itself. That's a little trickier. But if you've got the Pharah and the Mercy together, there's so many high ground spots to hide on. Now, we know if you're attacking a pharmacy combo, usually you're going after the Mercy first. You've got to get that healing out of there. Otherwise, the Pharah is going to pressure you before you can even manage to take them out, through all that Mercy healing. So the fact that there's so many different high grounds for them to just hide behind and re-heal up, now that Mercy's got that change right where she regenerates health really quickly, you only have to hide for a second and she's back up again.
And they get the Resurrect too, that's the thing. So the Resurrect can also come into fancy, but we are going to see some, Love Shack, have they got a chance here in Temple of Anubis? Gino, whether or not they can even maybe get a point? Is that being fair?
Well, after what we saw on the last Assault map, Fusion Girls, they're going to be coming out on an attack here, so we'll see them attack first, which is good because they've probably got the highest chance of capping the full map, and we'll get to see what they've got here. You often see teams change up their compositions drastically from point 1 to 2 as well. So maybe if we're lucky, Love Shack will push through, and we'll get to see what Fusion Girls do on both point 1 and 2.
Well, Fusion Girls are actually going to be attacking first, so we presumably, Gino, should be seeing both points here. Love Shack, though, defensively, what do they need to be looking out for from the attack of Fusion Girls? We know that Fusion Girls can be extremely aggressive. Is it the pick, though, from, say, a Widowmaker, which it looks like I Eat You Up is going to be playing?
Yeah, they're only that 3 DPS composition. Evie is on the Torbjorn. She's been boosted all the way up into the back corner here, and this might catch Fusion Girls off guard a little bit. It's going to be great against the flankers.
Yeah, who needs a Lucio when you can have a Torbjorn there? Turret is already in effect, but I Eat You Up just goes up, picks off Tails, and now he takes down Smash Brother as well. I Eat You Up, but he's eaten them all up.
See, this is the thing about I Eat You Up. If his aim is on, it just feels like there is nothing you can do, because that's the trade-off with Widow, right? Sometimes you don't hit any shots at all, but if you I Eat You Up, you're generally hitting them a lot. And if it's the first 2 shots you take, headshots, taking out 2 characters, what are you going to do about that? You can't.
Well, that Torbjorn turret was doing as much shooting as it wanted, and Fusion Girls did not care one little bit. They just cleaned up the rest of Love Shack. They went straight for the point. They're going to cap it, and it's just as easy as that. All you need is just a Widowmaker. That's it. That's all you need, just a Widowmaker. So for those at home, when you go into solo queue, just play Widowmaker on Anubis, and you'll win the game.
Xenox trying to tilt ranked players everywhere there. Look, Love Shack should be expecting the Widowmaker, right? They've played it on all of these sort of assault attack compositions. They need to be playing behind PB and Jam. Wow, Huss again opening up that pulse bomb on Smash Brother. That's what we saw them do on Ruins. RQT uses the sound wave to take down Eevee, and now it's all falling apart.
That is, I think, one clean swoop again from Fusion Girls. We saw this on Hanamura too, if you remember, Gina, where Fusion Girls just came in, they got the first push on the first point, then the second push on the second point. It's looking quite similar to that. Love Shack really need to find a pick. They really need to try and take down one of these DPS. Trill extremely low. IQT had gone down as well. Trill finally gets the health pack and then heals up, comes back in. IE drop on the Widowmaker, even on the second point, Gino, is just super in control.
That said, they've only just started capturing control percentage. PB and Jam was in a great position. He had his the Roadhog behind him, and they managed to hold on to the point for a long time. Unfortunately, they couldn't get any kills, like literally any kills on that, holding that second point, because that's what you need. You need the picks really quickly. If you can get even one, that allows your team to start streaming back in and just contesting and slowly wearing down the attackers. Unfortunately, no kills coming out there on the second point defense, and that means Fusion Girls, don't pick Assault against them, guys. You can't do it.
In saying that, it's not good enough from Fusion Girls. They didn't get it in 6 minutes still in the time bank. 5:59.
Going for the world record.
Not good enough. Doctor's going to have to tell him off for that one. That's not in the repertoire to complete it in 6 minutes. But either way, Love Shack, they're on attack now, Gino. And we saw demolition from Fusion Girls. Have Love Shack got anything that they can do to sort of counter this play?
Well, they need to channel something that they did on Ilios, because there were some fights there where they were looking good. The only problem is, this is definitely closer to the first map. It's an assault map, and in Hanamura, let's talk about that. The defense, look, let's be honest, it was as abysmal as it was on Hanamura. Love Shack, this is obviously not their forte. However, their attack, there was things to talk about that on Hanamura. They got in there, they started getting some picks, some kills. If they can capitalize on it, if they can just do a little bit better this time, maybe they'll get in there and get through this first point.
Maybe they will, maybe they won't. Love Shack are going to be trying their absolute best though, Hey Katie and the Widowmaker. If he can do an IE2 up, then maybe they might be able to get the first point.
Yeah, it's a pretty similar composition, right? It doesn't look like they've got... I'm pretty sure they were playing Pharah on offense, right? No?
No.
Oh no, it's Widowmaker, Tracer, Genji. Yep.
No Torbjorn though for Fusion Girls. That's one thing to point out. They're not going to be bothering with that. They'll just kill them the normal way. They don't need any turrets.
I mean, it could have been a good strat if they had pushed in and still had 6 at the time that they were having to contest the 12 turret, but no one cares about a 12 turret in a 4v6. That's it doesn't count for a whole person. It's maybe about half.
Well, half is good enough. If Love Shack can at least get half of this map completed, I'm sure they'll be happy. The first point, it's in their sights, so they've got 4 minutes to get it done. Fusion Girls, though, it's going to be a really difficult
Look at that.
task.
Kiki's just waiting for him already. Hey Katie gets the projected bubble, but Kiki is already there to contest. Hey Katie on top of that Arch is the Widowmaker.
Hey Katie getting absolutely no room there whatsoever. Kiki doing such great work to pretty much block all vision for Hey Katie. Couldn't even get any picks. And even then, I think Fusion Girls' positioning is just so superior that they probably won't even get picked off anyway. Look at Kiki just following Hey Katie wherever he goes. Zip-lining around like Spider-Man. He's dead now, though, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, PB and Jam went in, he got hooked by a Huss, unfortunately couldn't finish him off, but then Tails coming in with a nice reflect just to keep PB and Jam alive, who has now gone down. Caster's Curse strikes again.
Caster's Curse always. You call them out and they die. Unfortunately, I could say Fusion Girls are going to stay alive here. No, they didn't die. Unfortunately, it didn't work this time.
Yeah, but Love Shack, they've corralled themselves together. They're all stuck in that second room over there on the right side. Hey Katie's moving in again, but once again, Kiki is just waiting for him, hunting down, making sure Hey Katie can't get anything off. But they're 2 kills. All of a sudden, Love Shack have got a chance.
Yeah, Igo just went, let's go. But oh my goodness, Kiki with the self-destruct takes out Hey Katie and Evie. Although Igo is actually quite highly charged at around 85% with that particle barrier beam, and it looks like Love Shack are actually going to be able to get this point, all thanks to Igo with that Graviton Surge from the fight earlier. And now Tails comes back, slicing with his shurikens. 3 of them into the back of the head of Kiki.
That was so close. If Huss had have got that kill on Igo, that might have been Fusion Girls able to get back in on Hanamura, but Love Shack, they've managed to catch the first point. This has got a game on our hands all of a sudden. 6 minutes to attack the second point. They're probably not going to get as quick as Fusion Girls have, but they've definitely got a chance now. 6 minutes to try and crack this second point defense of the Fusion Girls.
Ultimately 6 minutes, that's it, that's fine. Love Shack will get it, no problems, don't worry about that. Although it might take them a little while, maybe a couple of years. 4 ultimates for Fusion Girls though to at least stop this first point. Hey Katie going for the Sombrero. Is that an interesting choice, Geno?
Well, they want to hack that mega health pack underneath and just make sure the team can rotate around and keep getting that. Sombra is a great pick in the second point. That EMP can be devastating.
Oh, to talk about devastating, the Earth Shatter from Trill in a very tight corridor, swinging that hammer, which is quite a bit bigger radius than just the hammer itself.
Yeah, so the point about Sombra, right, what you want to do is you want to get that EMP up quickly. Now, we know how hard it is to take the second point on a 2CP map. EMP can just completely disable the defending team and allow you to wipe them out really quickly, especially in combination with something like Igo's Graviton Surge. If they can farm up a whole bunch of ults here, use that EMP, which unfortunately hasn't gone up very fast. It's only on 33%. Usually you see a Sombra get that up a lot faster. He has hacked the bottom health pack now, though.
Yep, that's what he really wants, doesn't he? He wants that bottom health pack as Igo pushes up a little bit. Very
there we go.
aggressive. Graviton Surge off the point as well. Tails now with the Dragon Blade trying to combine, but he's finally going to be able to get IE2 up. The whole hog came out from Huss as well as the sound barrier from RQT to keep Fusion Girls alive, and it is starting to now let that get back into their favor of Fusion Girls. They clean up using the ultimates such as the whole hog and the sound barrier, keeps them in that fight.
Well, hey, Katie's got his EMP up now, but perhaps they should have waited. They've still got 4 minutes 30, so that's fine. They've definitely got another chance to build all of those up again, but they really want to combine those two.
Look who's asleep.
Igo.
Igo having a bit of a nap there, and you have to wonder, do you think Hey Katie should just wait really all this time and just keep
get
the
their Sombra EMP up so quickly? He needs to blow it now, and then they can have it up again for the next round of ults.
Hacking that health pack again from Hey Katie. This is a big opportunity for Love Shack to get 2 points against
I ate you up. He's up the top with that tactical visor. He's found a great spot to use it.
Hey Katie's going to pop the EMP going straight in. IE drop follows up though with his tactical visor, as you mentioned, dropping down to the bottom health pack though, takes out Smash Brother, and he is going to be able to kill Hey Katie without, he took down himself as well with the Helix Rocket.
Yep, that was a double-edged sword, if you will, getting a kill, but also taking himself out. Doesn't matter. They've made it in there. Hey Katie using that EMP, but that's fine. I'm sure it'll be up again for the next fight. What they need to do is the combination this time. You need that Graviton Surge and the EMP going off at the same time. That is the way I can see Love Shack taking this second point against Fusion Girls.
3 minutes and 20 seconds, so you'd have to wonder by the time Igo gets that Graviton Surge, combining it with Hey Katie as well, they've probably got 1 or 2 real solid chances here, especially one massive chance if they do exactly what you said, which is sort of go for that Graviton Surge with the EMP composition. Huss is just looking for a hook though, which can really stop a lot of the pressure from Love
They
Shack.
aren't using this bottom health pack enough. That's how you can get the Sombra charge up so quickly. The tanks need to be purposely taking damage and then falling down and using that health pack. That's how you get it up really quickly.
Well, PB Jam just took a lot of damage due to the hook from Huss. Will he jump down and get that health pack?
Oh, good Earth Shatter by PB.
Earth Shatter, he's not going back at all. And we are going to see now, really, Tails is not really doing much because he gets taken out by the self-destruct. And look how quick Fusion Girls were able to really defuse that situation and pick up the kills and put Love Shack back to spawn.
Man, that is the second time Kiki has just come from nowhere. They don't know where he is. He's hiding behind them. Just throws out this this self-destruct. They're absolutely not expecting it. It's not like a straight up in the air one where you've got time to go and hide. They don't know where it's coming from. It catches them completely by surprise and gets 2 kills again.
But Fusion Girls have actually only got 1 ultimate here. Igo is going to have that Graviton Surge.
Got
The combo is ready for Love Shack. They're going in. Tails is going to pop that Dragon Blade. Gets the Nano boost as well. Here we go. EMP with the Graviton Surge into Fusion Girls, and it's really taking a while, but they're getting 3 kills to go into their favor. They need to get more than that and a lot sooner to get this point ticking over. RQT hugging that pillar, and he's not going to let go. He's just holding on, staying alive, making sure this point doesn't tick over. RQT
got them both,
finally
though.
gets taken down. He will get staggered a little bit now, and it's up to Love Shack Gino to really contain Fusion Girls as they come back to the point.
The important part is Love Shack didn't lose anybody. Now they've got the sound barrier to keep them alive. RQT and Kiki stalled it out for quite a while, but if they can keep this going, not lose anyone, they're going to capture this point. The kills still going the way of Love Shack. I think they can actually do it, Xenox.
Yeah, PB Jam almost has that Earth Shatter. He's about 3% away. Tails too with the Dragon Blade just about coming up. The EMP from Hey Katie as well is actually going to come back in this fight. They've lost Smash Brother, but the ultimates are up. EMP, Dragon Blade, Earth Shatter. They're all going in at once. Love Shack giving this everything they've got, and it is still being contested by RQT on a pillar.
Need to take RQT out. The tanks, they're just waiting below, using that bottom health pack to stall. They're coming in one at a time to make sure they've only just got the second tick on the control point. Husk now on the Mei, they're in full stall mode. I eat you up on the Bastion. Oh my god, a Fusion Girl's gonna come back. The kill's suddenly starting to go their way.
50 seconds left. Smash Brother almost has that nano boost. He's finally got it available. I go to the
They need to pull
Graviton
out.
Surge, but he's really, really low. 40 seconds left. They're still going in. The Graviton Surge
they've
with the
used
nano
grabs.
boost. They've used everything and gotten nothing. Somehow Fusion Girls hold on for about 2 minutes, Gino. Incredible.
The way they staggered themselves as they came back in with the respawns is one of the big reasons why Fusion Girls managed to hold on there. Unfortunately, Love Shack, I think they had a chance to come in. They only needed to take 1 tick. They had a minute left, but they blew the Nano Boost and the Graviton Surge at the last moment. That could have done it for them. Here they go. It's their last attack, Xenox. 10 seconds left, and EMP is all they've got to use to make this happen.
Yeah, but Heycat is extremely low. Smash Brother gets taken out. Salter Strike takes
Another
out
double
PB
kill.
and jam the double kill. 5 seconds left. There's going to be no EMP from Heycat. Love Shack, unfortunately, this close, yet so far, Genome.
Well, the Fusion Girls, they have done it 3-0 to them.
Well, unfortunately for Love Shack, not even able to get a map of Fusion Girls. Only 2 teams have done that so far in the Oceanic Summer Series. Fusion Girls 3-0 going into the grand final. They are really solidifying the fact that they are the best team in both regions, Southeast Asia as well as Australia. And well, their roster right now has really been held together by a core group of 6 players who are just at their best, all individually coming together. Trill with this great play of the game. He's a DPS player by nature, but he has been playing tank quite formidably for his team. And that's it for this first semi-final. The next semi-final will be coming up later today.